tell the difference between kissing a man or a woman? Now, some of you might have kissed both. A lot of you might have only kissed one or the other. But an interesting experiment was done by a big-name YouTuber by the name of Davey Wavey. You guys should totally check out his YouTube channel. It's awesome. And he apparently really wanted to kiss one of his friends, so he did this experiment where he wanted to see if his friend could tell whether a girl or a guy was kissing him. Little did his friend know that the same person, Davey Wavey, was kissing him over and over again. Take a look.
Well, I hope I could use my nose. That's like one of the things, because girls usually smell different than guys.
So here is kiss number 1.
Maybe we should all like shuffle so he doesn't know who's
Oh,
where.
okay.
Yeah, I hear people walking, so I don't know.
All right, Joshua, based on our scientifically invalid experiment, which of those kisses do you think were male and which of those kisses do you think were female?
Okay, so kiss number 1 was different from kiss number 2 and 3, because kiss number 2 and 3 tasted like gum or something, and actually was more open mouth. And the last kiss was actually start to nibbling on my upper lip. I feel like might have been that the first kiss was the girl, and the second and third might have been the guy.
I love that. I think it's hilarious that Davey Wavey used this experiment as an excuse to kiss his friend 3 times. It's okay. Just come out there and say it. You wanted to kiss. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know whether or not he wanted to just genuinely do the experiment, but I thought it was an interesting one because I've never really thought about whether or not kissing a man or a woman is a different physical experience. I know it's a different emotional and mental experience, but Sandra, you know more about all this stuff than I do. It's in your wheelhouse, so make your point.
You know, this isn't exactly something we cover at conferences. Like, let's blindfold ourselves. I thought about it. I mean, I have kissed different types of people, different types of bodies, and you know, it's rare for us to have a kiss without feeling someone's body, and the scent is so important. So, I can tell what type of human I'm kissing, but if I were blindfolded, I wouldn't be able to tell if I couldn't touch them. Like if it were just lips, because some dudes have some pretty full lips.
Yeah, they do.
And I noticed that kissing women.
Sorry.
Like some women have very like don't really have the same like. It's like also like a fat to muscle ratio thing that sometimes like you can feel more bone in like women's faces, and so you can. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Interesting. Hannah, what about you? Make your point.
I mean, I thought it was a cute video, but I don't think it tells us anything. If they were measuring maybe the straight guy's pulse, and then, you know, he had a different pulse for each one when he thought it was a girl and when he thought it was a guy, then we're having a sort of different conversation. But all this video shows basically that men and women peck similarly, and that Davey Wavey is really clean shaven. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
He is very clean shaven. I like that look. Well, here's the personal question. What do you ladies feel means a good kisser, or what makes a good kisser, I should say? That's a better way of phrasing that sentence. Okay, Sandra.
I'll talk about this in my workshops, like what makes a good kisser, and of course that leads invariably to what makes a bad kisser. You know, like the open mouth, like black hole kiss, or like the sucker fish, or or just like slobbering. You know, people are like, no, not that one. But a good kisser to me is someone who has good musicality.
What's that?
Like, you know, isn't redundant, like wah, 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 like, you know, and has pauses, and then can press deep, and then maybe do some lightness, and like someone who can really play, and that way, and when you have play and you're kissing and other things, that means that with everything you can also measure, and you can jam with a person better. Yeah. So it's like, they're going faster, maybe I'll go faster too. So.
Interesting. What about you, Hannah?
I think it kind of depends on your relationship with a person. I think it really differs between each person that you kiss, if they're a good kisser. I mean, I think it has to do with your chemistry. I think it has to do with going with the flow. I think when you have that chemistry and you both are kind of vibing off each other, then it's a good kissing experience, but it's not a person who's necessarily, he's doing this thing with his tongue or something like that.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm a little more specific, I guess. I like aggressive kissing. Like, I don't like soft, like, I love you and I want to be gentle with you and you're so feminine, and I like fucking aggressive kissers.
Like constantly? What about that like, oh,
No.
you want to be kissed? Yeah, you like that?
No, I like it aggressive.
Grrr, like
I
that.
like it aggressive. So I knew that my boyfriend would be good in the sack because the first time we kissed, it was like super aggressive. Like he was like, I like feeling like I'm kind of being pushed. Like we're like pushing up against each other, and there's like, you know, not too much tongue, obviously, but it's just passionate. Like I love passion, and I feel like it's more passionate that way. I don't know. And that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that aggressive kissing is more passionate. It's just the way that I interpret it in my brain. So tell us what you guys think, though. What do you consider a good kisser? Is it aggressive? Is it gentle? What do you like? What do you do? I want to hear from you. So comment in the section below, and we'll see you soon.